How you guys doing? Welcome back to Country Mash. I hope you guys have been awesome, and today we are finally doing a first look at Primary Arms' new gold line of optics. Alright, so before we get started, I want to apologize if my voice is a little hoarse. I'm kind of getting over a little cold right now, but we're all good. I'm just letting you guys know that there's nothing else weird going on. But anyways, wow, I've been getting so many requests from you guys to get a video out on this new GLX line of scopes, because I know some of you guys have seen over at the Country Mash Instagram page and Facebook page some pictures of me testing these scopes. So some of you guys know, maybe not everyone, if you guys are only here on YouTube, Primary Arms had actually sent me out a couple prototypes. These are pre-production of these scopes to test out. So I've been testing these for quite a while now, and it was my own personal choice to actually wait to put out any video until they were released. They never asked me to do anything. There's no rules or stipulations. I chose to wait for them to be released. They are finally released. They're in stock. So I'm going to give you guys a first look. I'm going to go over some of the features that all of these optics share. And then I'm going to talk about some of the features that immediately stood out to me and really wowed me, and why I think these optics really, I mean, it's a really tough word to say, but I want to say game changer. I know some people take that very seriously when you say that. So, in my opinion, I think these scopes are game changers. So let's talk about it. Let's go figure out why I'm so excited about these optics and why everyone has been so excited for them to be released. So let's kick it off by talking about some of those features. They all have a 30mm main tube made out of a one-piece 6061 T6 aluminum body, and they're made to be waterproof, fog-proof, and shock-proof enough to make these optics ready for duty guns. And no matter what reticle you choose, all of these optics are first focal plane, keeping those reticles true at any magnification. These optics are incredibly lightweight, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, and in my opinion, they all have a really nice long eye relief. The 2.5 to 10 power is 2.7 to 2.8 inches, while the other two optics, the 4 to 16 and the 6 to 24, are 3.5 to 3.6 inches. They all have premium grade, low dispersion glass with edge-to-edge clarity. And then for the turrets, instead of using brass components like almost every other scope out there, these actually use steel-on-steel components for precision adjustments that won't wear out and get mushy like brass can. The turrets are very tactile and audible. And they have a 1/10 of a mil click value. As of right now, I am not sure if they will be offering MOA versions later. All of these optics are illuminated, and they have what Primary Arms calls an auto live illuminated reticle, which essentially is an auto off, auto on, so you can set your optic down and not touch it, and the illumination will turn off after a little bit, and then as soon as it senses any motion, it turns back on. So this feature will actually save you a lot of battery life in this style of illuminator. A couple other cool things about the illumination is that it is night vision compatible, and I also noticed that there seems to be a rubber coating on the illumination knob, which gives you extra grip. And then all of these optics have a movable and replaceable magnification ring fin, with other options like folding throw levers coming soon. Two new features to the gold line of scopes are Z-Lock locking turrets and Z-Stop for a quick return to zero. The Z-Lock is essentially a locking turret system that utilizes a button lock, and Z-Stop is your return to zero system, which eliminates any possibility of over travel. And on top of that, it has elevation rotation indicators. So now let's go over how to set your elevation Z-Lock and Z-Stop. First, we're going to talk about how to go upwards from the factory set position. This is after you've already zeroed your rifle. You're going to use the 1.5mm Allen key that comes with the scope to loosen the 3 elevation turret cap set screws. You don't have to remove them all the way, you just have to loosen them up. Once they're loose, you can remove the turret cap by pulling straight up. And then you're going to see the Z-Lock sleeve. You're going to want to loosen the 3 set screws on the Z-Lock sleeve using the 1.3mm Allen key that also comes with the scope. Again, you don't need to completely remove these screws, but you're just going to back them out to loosen the Z-Lock sleeve. There is a 4th slotted set screw. You're not going to want to touch that one, just leave it alone. Now that the 3 set screws on the Z-Stop sleeve are loose, slide the red Z-Stop sleeve upwards until it stops against the turret cap seat. And then now you can tighten the Z-Lock sleeve set screws back up. A little trick that I did to make this all a little bit easier was flipping it all upside down. That way gravity helped me a little bit to keep the Z-Stop sleeve up against the turret cap seat while I tightened the set screws. Primary Arms does recommend to torque these set screws down at 4 inch-pounds. Once you're done with that, you can reinstall the turret cap, making sure the 0 position is aligned with the 0 position on the scope body. Retighten the set screws on the turret cap to Primary Arms recommended 8 inch-pounds, and then you're set. And once it's all set, you're going to have about 4 clicks of adjustment below 0. And Primary Arms says that they did this on purpose to allow some minor adjustment to your 0 in the downward position if necessary. So now if you want to set your elevation Z-Lock and Z-Stop downward from the factory set position, you're going to remove the turret cap in the same way and loosen the Z-Lock sleeve in the same way. Again, don't completely remove the set screws. Once they're loose, slide the red Z-Stop sleeve assembly downward until it stops against the Z-Stop sleeve seat. Now you're going to use a flathead screwdriver and adjust the turret cap seat to the desired 0 or to the bottom of travel. Now you're going to move the red Z-Stop sleeve assembly up until it stops against the turret cap seat, and then tighten the sleeve set screws, again at about 4 inch-pounds. Reinstall the turret cap, making sure the 0 position is aligned with the 0 indicator on the scope body. Now setting your windage 0 is even easier. You're going to remove the turret cap in the same way as before, and you're going to pull it off, and you're going to reinstall it with the 0 position on the turret cap aligned with the 0 indicator on your scope body. And that 0 is your windage turret. So hopefully that clears any confusion any of you guys may have had on how to use these turrets. I know for myself, when I first heard about these scopes and saw pictures and diagrams, stuff like that, I was a little overwhelmed on like, man, like, is this going to require like a ton of work on just getting these guys zeroed? Like, they looked a little complex, but it really is easy to use. So hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Now let's talk about what about these scopes do I really like so far. So this isn't a full review, so I'm not going to dive deep into these scopes yet. I will go back individually and review some of these scopes. But one of the things right off the bat I noticed when I first got these and pulled them out of the box was how lightweight they are. For the size of scope that they are and the quality of glass, and we got steel components in the turrets, I was blown away at how lightweight they are. Like, it's amazing, and I really like that. As much as heavy scopes don't really bother me, especially long range scopes, they don't bother me, but I'm not really a bench shooter, so I am moving around a lot. I mean, I'm not some like tactical sniper or anything, but when I'm out in the field testing, I am moving around a lot. And I think for anyone and using these scopes for duty use, they are really going to appreciate how lightweight they are, and I know I really appreciate it. So that was one of the first things that really blew me away. Now the second thing that really wowed me is the edge-to-edge glass clarity. Like, the glass in these scopes, well, first of all, when Primary Arms came out with their 3-18 silver line of scopes, those blew me away, being $500. I mean, the jump up they went from the scopes prior to that, it was a big difference. Like, those have really nice glass. So when I heard about these, and I have one of the platinum scopes as well, I was really wondering where the glass clarity was going to fall with these guys, but the glass clarity in these really took a step up from the 3-18 by 50 silver line of scopes. The amount of light that comes through these, the color, it's just a beautiful sight picture. And then matching that with the long eye relief, it's a joy to shoot through these scopes, if that makes any sense. That's like the best way I could describe it. It's just beautiful. So I've been a huge fan of that. And obviously the third feature that really knocks my socks off is the turrets. I don't have any specific turret tests done yet. That's why I'm not putting out a full review on these optics yet. This is just a first look. So I will be going through some turret tests, nothing super scientific, but a turret test nonetheless, just to see how well these guys will track. Because, I mean, if you can get something like the HUD DMR reticle, for fast shooting and transitions, but then have turrets that track perfect, so that way you're also able to do precision shooting. That would be a pretty nice setup right there. So we'll find out though, we'll have to see. So I am very, very impressed with these scopes, especially for the price. So again, Primary Arms just knocks it out of the park with the best bang for the budget. I think that's kind of what their focus has been lately, is whether it's their Platinum series or their budget series, they want to have the cheapest in price with the best scope. And obviously I can't say it is the best scope in the world, but I can't believe what they're able to get in a single scope package for the money. So the 2.5 to 10 is $750. The 4 to 16, which I have on this guy, is $800. And the 6 to 24 is $900. So, and that's all as of right now. I'm sure later, as other retailers and online stores get these, they're going to go on sale, and Primary Arms will probably even have sales, stuff like that. But all of them under $1,000, even for the 6 to 24, which this is a high magnification scope. Very impressive. I've had close competing optics to this exact one right here. I'm not going to throw brands and names out there or models, but for the same price, very close, within like $50, I had a very similar competing optic, and it was nothing compared to this. Like, honestly, I sold it a long time ago. This is before YouTube, before Instagram, before any of this stuff. Just wasn't impressed with it for how much it cost. So that's our first look, guys. I am curious though what you guys think about these scopes. If you think it's an exciting game changer, or if you just think whatever, it's just a new line of scopes, who cares? I'm curious. I want to know what you guys think. And if you guys are excited about these and you're going to get one, put down below which one you're going to get and what you're going to put it on, because I love hearing that kind of stuff. So that wraps up today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it or got something out of it at the very least. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I seriously love you guys. You guys rock. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.